Hello, this is my fourth attempt to film this video. And by now it's just a question of principle, because I am not letting the technical thing get me down. This is my Thrift Haul for January 2017. Yeah, I decided to divide this in two parts, LARP and normal stuff, or rather normal stuff and LARP. So if you're interested in just one of the things, you can skip the other part. The time where the LARP part begins will be here. And yeah, let's just start. Yeah, let's just start with this one. It's a mug that I got for €1. It's perfect for the aesthetic of our kitchen. It holds a lot of tea, and I like it. Reason enough, right? So, okay, then there is this. Ooh. This is a scarf. Well, it's a scarf right now, and it has two sides, obviously. I really like the pattern, and I decided to make a reversible skirt from it, so I can use both sides and have both colors or colorways. And you never have enough short skirts, right? At least I don't. I bought this. This is a pillow cover. I usually don't buy pillow covers, at least not for pillows. I bought this for my current quilting and patchwork project, which I usually don't just buy fabric for, only sometimes second-hand, because I like that in quilting and patchwork every piece of fabric has a history, and also it's a scrap buster. It reduces your scrap heap, which is pretty big by now at my place. So I bought this for the fabric, to be honest, just like the scarf. While we're at fabric, I'm showing you this. This is velveteen. It is a weird color, and you can't really say if it is, at least not in real life. No idea how the camera is picking this up. Can't really say if this is dark purple, unsaturated dark purple, or a very saturated dark brown. If you put it next to brown, it's purple. If you put it next to purple, it's brown. I bought two of these pieces, and I already might have an idea what to do with them. I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to make a pattern first. But yeah, on with the DIY projects. Are you sensing a pattern? No, really. Yeah, a few weeks ago I went to Primark. Bad me. And I usually just go there for the Harry Potter merchandise, to be honest. And I saw a blouse that I liked with ruffles here, and ruffles here, and ruffles here, and it was denim, and I actually took it home. Bad me. But it didn't fit over my chest very well. It looked really rubbish, so I decided to put it back and just scout the local thrift stores for some denim shirts, men's denim shirts. This one has pseudo mother of pearl buttons, which is really cute, and it has snap buttons rather than normal ones, which I actually like better with denim shirts, because the denim shirt my father once handed down to me also has them, and I really like that shirt. So I'm trying to make my own version of this blouse with what I have from the thrift store. It is more sustainable and slightly better for the environment, and I have a better conscience with it. So yeah, this used to be H&M, and I'll probably make a tutorial for the whole thing if it works out. I decided to make a striped version too, maybe with contrasting ruffles. I just like the stripes, so I took it with me. I also bought normal craft supplies like lace. If you have in mind that Scoundrel's last LARP project actually needed 8 meters of lace, this is probably pretty reasonable to buy that stuff as soon as it turns up. I also bought yarn. I always buy yarn, and you can never have enough brown yarn for LARP. And while we're at it, I can show you this thing. I'm not quite sure what it's actually meant for. It seems to be a special kind of pouring thing for alcohol or something like that, because this is about the size of a shot glass. And I've seen this combination a few times by now. I mainly bought it for the cute little face here, because I thought it might be okay or might be good for our LARP religion practice. Not quite sure yet, but it could be a teacup anyway. If you know what that is, please tell me in the comments, because I'd really like to know. While we're at pottery, I also bought this for my green tea drinking moments. I don't drink green tea very often, but I like it, and it's always a calming down self-care ritual for me. And I wanted a cup especially for that. And my father drinks this green tea from bowls like this, but not with the edges and with blue pattern instead of brown. But I really like this. It fits into the palm of my hand very well. Still have to try it. I always need time for green tea, because I usually just do something else and then I forget the leaves in there, and then it tastes like rubbish. So yeah, this is my new self-care cup, basically. More craft supplies. More or less, I love tassels. I really like them for dolly purposes, fashion, and they always have something so theatrical about them. Yeah, they're really happy. I like them. I have no idea what project to use them with. They also have something about them like bolas, you know, the weapon. That was a weird connotation, was it? Okay. Anyway, I also bought weird retro handkerchiefs. That was a great topic bridging, right? Yeah, I really like the details with the squirrel and the little bluebird and the sunflower, and well, I can ignore the creepy kids in the middle. I actually just bought this one to make it 8, because it was like 8 pieces for €1 or something like that. I bought this one for fabric. It will probably end up in some patchwork project, I guess. And also I bought this one for the fabric. It has cute little umbrellas and actually holes, but I don't mind that. I actually like that when I buy things like second-hand fabric and they already have this texture to them. Yeah, to continue with the theme of weird retro handkerchiefs, is this one of a pig with a child and with a piglet. I don't know, I think it's weird but kind of lovable, and so I took it with me, and probably from the same line. It somehow looks like it could be from the same illustrator as this one. I'll probably make a patch or something out of the rabbit's hat, because I think that would be kind of nice. Other different illustrator, same, slightly different kind of retro though. This reminds me of children's books from the 60s that I got handed down from my aunts, because they have exactly these illustrations, and we have this zookeeper riding a bike while being harassed by leopards, while a mouse is slightly scandalized by the thought. And to stay in the same realm, basically, we have a circus elephant that reminds me of my grandfather, because he liked elephants so much, and with a monkey and another mouse. I have no idea what I'll do with those yet, but I really like them. And then, last but not least, there is this one thing that reminded me of the Japanese kawaii retro stuff. It is so cute. It's basically retro fabrique, and it is this beautiful little lamb with a flower crown and a weird voyeuristic rabbit, or actually to me it looks a lot more like a kangaroo, looking out here from its burrow thingy. Yeah, I really like this. I think it's going to be a backpack of sorts. I have no idea on which jacket I'll put this, but it's so perfect. Sticking with weird little stuff, I of course bought a doily because I always buy doilies, and this one has glittery gold threads in it, which is really cute. And I'll probably put this on something to wear too, because this is far too pretty to rot away in my doily bag that I keep with the fabrics. We're almost at the LARP point, and by that I mean that I'll show you something that I wasn't quite sure if I should put into the LARP stuff or the normal stuff. I bought Weird Little Labyrinths. Yeah, this one is the more reasonable one actually, and the slightly what the fuckish one is this one. It is so tiny. I first thought it was maybe for a doll or something, but the straps told me otherwise. It's too long. It's tiny, really. I don't know. This looks like it would be perfect for a maid cafe, because it's not really protecting your clothing or anything. But it's really cute. It's some sort of old or oldish, probably from the 90s or something, cafe uniform thing, and I really like it. I also applied for a servant's role at Fairweather Manor, a basically Downton Abbey LARP by Job Studios. I'll put the link down in the description, and that might be one of the reasons why I desperately wanted these, even though I wouldn't wear them on LARP because they're too tiny for the early 20th century. Yeah, okay. And last but not least, from the normal stuff pile is this. I bought a new tripod. It still has no arm thingy for horizontal filming, so I'll still have to do somehow with that, but I already tried it. It is great. It is very stable. The one I'm using right now is one I use on the road, which is really lightweight. It's great. It was a gift from my boyfriend and I love it, but this one actually gets taller and is more stable and holds the weight of the camera better. Now onto the LARP stuff. Let's start off with this. This is your run-of-the-mill normal little lamp thingy. I'm probably going to age the glass a little bit more, and then I'm putting a flickering LED light in there. For our encampment we usually use normal tea lights and normal candles as long as we are in camp, but if we go out to the town in the evening, we'd like to have a candle lit while we're away so we can find our way back home in the dark, so we use flickering LED lights for that, because they don't prove any fire hazard and they still look good. Really, those things are your friends, believe me. Also for encampment are these pieces of rope. We play a coast patrol, which is from a heavily seafaring oriented society, and so ropes are a pretty big thing with us. I even have this fat towel wrapped around my my bed posts when we're not on LARP, but this usually is in a coil in our camp as decoration. Either I'll use them for the tarp, or maybe for decoration or something. You can never have enough rope, actually. Don't use any modern stuff, because it's just that tiny detail, but it makes a camp look so much better. So yeah, so much for that. So I bought glass vials for 50 cents a piece. I think I have another one somewhere. I still need stoppers for them, but I get those in a craft store. And I am thinking about making an additional alchemist character, cook and alchemist, Asian inspired, maybe. So I can use them, or else you can put laundry detergent in them, or dishwashing detergent, and yeah, it makes your camp look so much better than any plastic stuff lying around, because let's face it, we all at some point forget to put stuff back into the tents. So little glass vials are something I'll always take back with me when I find them, as long as they are reasonably priced. I also bought some more yarn, but this time on a wooden spool bobbin thingy. I'll still have to sand off the old labels, but I really like that, because that is another thing you can just have lying around in the camp, and it will actually add to the ambience of the whole thing instead of detract from it. I bought this slate for LARP purposes because, yeah, well, our quartermaster is the only one in our group currently who can read and write, and we others can't. I opted for that because I wanted the possibility of having to ask people to read something to me or to write something for me, because that is a great opportunity for play. And I also wanted the opportunity to learn reading and writing on site. If you have watched Game of Thrones, you probably know the scene where Shireen, the daughter of Stannis Baratheon, teaches Sir Davos how to read, and I pretty much want that for my character. I have no idea how good I will do this, because I obviously can read and write, but I'm really curious, and I really want to play that. And yeah, so we now have a encampment slate. I'll probably age this a little bit, stain the wood, sand it off, something like that, make it look a little bit more used. I also bought this little picture, because you can never have enough pottery. Okay, you can have enough pottery, but for your encampment, and I liked it, and probably someone of us in-game made this thing, because it doesn't look like it was made by a professional. It probably was made by a professional, and that is on purpose, but I like the thought that one of us made this and now uses it for milk or something like that. And last, but definitely not least, there's a light that never goes out. Well, it is out right now, but isn't she beautiful? It's another lamp. It's an oil lamp this time, so no LED flickering here. And she also has this broken off handle, but I wanted to learn to solder anyway, so here's my first project. And she's really, really beautiful. She has this little door you can open, so you can light up the thingy. So yeah, I actually paid more for this than I usually would in a thrift store, but I was really, really baffled how beautiful it was, and decided to take it along, because it's not what you usually have. This is what you usually have. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm also not going to age the glass on this one. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I really like this one. That's about it. Tell me what item you like best of my thrift haul for January. I'll try to be a little more quick with the one for February. Maybe I'll manage the first week of March for that. And if you want to tell me what you've thrifted lately, please tell me in the comments. I'm really curious about that. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, or maybe subscribe or comment. Yeah, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.